It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by the man running the show, Charles, their quarterback. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
They'll run it now out of the gun. They find some open field here. 31 yards there and a first down. Well, this is the reigning NFC Offensive Player of the Week. Runs like that might get him another award.
Yeah, Thunderbolt right out of the gate, huh? How about that, hitting the defense hard early? And, of course, carrying the momentum from last week into this week's game.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Well, I mean to jump in on you, partner, but they didn't waste any time getting downfield, did they? I mean, they had a nice big play there.
3 plays, 3 successful plays in plus territory. Now this defense on its heels a bit.
It seems like they had something targeted there, doesn't it? It's like, okay, we've got a matchup we like coming right out of the gate. Let's go ahead and get right to it. For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run because we envision them in offenses catch the ball. How much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. Nice job defensively to hold them to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal. And the big meat on the D-line, we'll see how they do today.
And I'd hate to be an offensive lineman having to deal with these guys. They come in hungry, mean, and confident. They think that no one can block them.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Well, these guys scored touchdown after touchdown in that win a week ago. So how do they come out this week? Same way. They've got that momentum going, a touchdown on the opening drive.
I think it's safe to say that they're in a groove, isn't it? I mean, a lot of times we've seen where teams have scored a ton of points the week before. The very next week struggle to score almost as if they used it all up. Not in this case. This group appears locked in.
And we're going to have to make some adjustments if you're on the other side of that football. And he's got it to make it 7-0 in favor of the Bears. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken about the 12. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. And trotting out there, their tall quarterback standing at 6'5". And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. So add that tackle for a loss to the 2 that he had a week ago.
And you know what he's doing right now?
Smiling?
Yeah, definitely doing that. But he's also patting his guys on the back, his defensive front, because they're keeping him clean, meaning no one's getting to him as a blocker. He's able to run to the football. And the plays he's making, he's spilling them in the offensive backfield.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. It's a gain of 5. And just like that, it's 3rd down. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They establish the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Let's go. Green, 39.
They'll set up a throw. is incomplete.
And there was a good opportunity that just went awry there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. This is taken around the 12. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Bears take over. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. Last week, a strong showing, up over 100, also 2 trips to the end zone.
It's the kind of week that if you said, listen, I'll let you have this type of a game each and every week, you'd sign up for it. You wouldn't try and get too greedy. But let's face it, good runners always want to be a little bit more greedy at the end, try and squeeze out every last yard. He's going to try and duplicate that and exceed it in this game.
The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Well, let's see here, Charles. He was sacked 6 times last week. Now a first-quarter sack. What's going on in his mind?
Well, he's thinking to himself, 5 offensive linemen. I got sacked 6 times last week. Let's start thinking about keeping extra people in. Tight end stays in. If I have a fullback or the running back, they stay in and help me block. Maybe not as many receivers in a pattern. Anything to try and slow down that pass rush.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he rifles one incomplete. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Wide open receiver complete. The 30, 20, 10, touchdown, Chicago. A big play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bears will extend their lead. And Charles, I had an offensive coordinator tell me one time that they design every play to score. I don't know how true that is, but he had to run a long way after that catch. Heck of a play.
I think that when he was telling you that, he was designing run after catch in every play. I mean, that's the only way to put it in there, and that's what we got on that one. Nice catch, an even better run for big yardage.
Now for the point after. And it's good to make it 14-0. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. It's a short kick, taken at the 15. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So the Dolphins offense heading out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And it's right about this time of year you start to say this is when the cream rises to the top. Week 15, 3 weeks left to go, but still plenty to be determined.
And I think for most teams, the obvious is to try and be the number 1 or number 2 seed. But when you look at it across the league and throughout the history of trying to get to the Super Bowl, the teams you really fear are the ones that get hot and sometimes sneak in at a 5 or a 6 seed, because we've seen those teams actually get to the Super Bowl and occasionally win it.
Yeah, you think of the Giants a couple of times. Steelers have done it. You're right. It has happened and will happen more in the future, I'm sure. First down, he'll drop to throw it. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And there they bring pressure from the inside, and they get home.
Yeah, hard to block everyone, isn't it? And on this play, someone did not get blocked. He's the one who got home.
on the toss. And he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. The 20. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score. And a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower post-game. Now the try here for the extra point. And it is now 21-0. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This will be taken about the 12. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So the Dolphins offense heading out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 3 catches, 67 yards.
And I get the feeling that he loves this matchup. I mean, the unit he's going against is in the bottom half of the league against the pass. He had to have circled this one on the schedule and said to himself, this should be a big game.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll get across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Partner, your thoughts on this D-line?
I love a unit that can control the run and get after the passer. This is an all-around terrific defensive front. Hard to move the ball against them on the ground, and then when you want to throw it, look out. Here they come after the quarterback.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
Well, at that rate, picking up 3 yards a carry, you and I both know that doesn't cut it in this league and trying to get first downs unless you're playing 4-down football. Then that's a whole different situation. But I don't think that's what they're trying to do here. 3rd and 4, though, is still manageable.
They're going to look to throw. Quick throw, that's complete on the inside slant. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
No gain on the play there. Second down.
No gain on that run, and while the team is down, there's still time to come back and win the football game. If I'm the offensive coordinator, though, I've got to think about moving at a faster pace and maybe opening things up a little bit and throwing it a little bit more.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he loses the football a second time. And this is picked up by the Bears. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Open now to get back in the end zone on this 4th possession. On first down, they'll run it on the draw play. In a word, I would say productive, finding the end zone 3 different times.
Is it possible that you're really underselling it? 3 touchdowns, just going to call him productive?
What do you want?
This guy had a nose for the end zone.
He was good.
Had a snoot full, didn't he? How about that? Big-time game. Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit him over the top.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side, but they lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to...
There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Chicago. A big play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bears will add on to their lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Uh-oh, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken about the 12. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Now a handoff as they run left side. He finds an opening past the 40. 1 quarter in the books here on a Thursday night. Can't wait to see what the second quarter has in store. And we'll be back to South Florida after this. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Dolphins in possession of the football. And they've got it here with a first down. Now they'll run it on the toss. Good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the juke. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
I think the training and practice broke down on that play because he simply didn't run the route deep enough to get to the first down marker, despite what was a really nice catch and toe tap on the sideline.
Yeah, that's 3rd down 101. You got to go to the marker, know where it is. The Dolphins will send out the punter now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. They'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. And a trio of touchdown passes so far. They've got the lead as well. All is good in their football world to this point.
And it's so much fun for our colleagues, right? Think about our producer, our director, everyone putting together these shots. Wouldn't you love to be in the truck right now and hear him calling for it? Give me that one, give me that one, give me that one. And we just saw 3 beautiful touchdown passes.
Now he's looking for 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be taken down right at about the 15-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it, because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
They'll run it now out of the gun. But despite a little sizzle on the move, he's still tackled shy of the 20. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Throwing the slant pattern here, complete. He's at the 50, 30, 10, touchdown, Chicago. A big play there, 82 yards, and the Bears add on. It was 3rd and medium. They popped the short pass, looking to pick up the first, accomplish that mission, and then they accomplished a lot more on that mission all the way for the score.
Let me focus in on one word you used, pop, right? They popped the short pass, and then what happened after that? They popped the big run, because now, once he caught it, didn't have anyone else in the vicinity to bring him down, and he takes off, and he kept going. Nice gutsy call, even better execution.
Extra point attempt here still to come. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And the end result is a Bears touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. Now, I'm not going to say you completely abandon the passing game, but it would really behoove them to get this running game going more.
That's the identity most teams are seeking. Able to establish themselves, control the game by running it, have to touch it multiple times in order to have success in this game.
Yeah, as we say, yeah, that's right. As we say all the time, that sets up the passing game. I feel like a broken record with that.
Listen, we can be broken records all we want. Bottom line is, lather up that big horse and let him run. I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball.
And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. And I know it seems like we say this a lot in broadcast booths, but a quarterback can hold on to the football too long in these situations. I think he did right there.
Oh, I agree with you totally. Sometimes you have to understand situations. Get rid of the football, save some yardage, to make it less to gain for the next down. Instead, he was so hipped on ball security, he held on to it and took a big sack.
The Dolphins on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. They'll run it now out of the gun. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
Now, that result is no surprise. This team is bringing back memories of what? The 85 Bears, the 2000 Ravens. Those teams were so great against the run, they made you abandon any plans of doing that when you played against them.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. He'll take it at the 42. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. They've got the lead. He's a big reason why. Looking sharp so far.
And as we travel around the league, we see quarterbacks get it done in a variety of ways. But today's NFL does tell us one thing. If that guy doesn't play well, their team's not going to win. And right now he's got his team in the lead.
And now they'll look to extend that lead. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, Makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
On third down, they'll try and pick it up with a counter. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be fourth down and a few inches.
They tried their best to pick up that 3rd and 1, but their surge wasn't enough to counteract what came back at them from the defensive side, was it?
Offensive line, especially in the middle, looked like they were on skates a little bit when that one started.
So now we bring up 4th and inches. This will be a critical call.
On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. And out come the Dolphins now. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. Well, a well-executed blitz, no doubt. Great job by the linebacker. Maybe the quarterback, if he could have seen that, could have audibled there.
Yeah, he needed to be in a different play because that one just meshed perfectly for the defense. All the gaps were filled except for the one the offense really wanted to run through, and that was filled by a big man wanting to make a tackle.
And he made a great tackle. And he is going to feel that one. Knocked down hard. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. The Dolphins on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 2.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. Returnable here from the 38. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. He's got to be feeling pretty good, playing well. Team has the lead, so just looking to mount a drive here that ends in the end zone.
And all quarterbacks will tell you, hey, we love a running game, helps us out. But at the end of the day, they want to rely on their arm, throw the football, feel good about things, keep things moving in the right direction. Right now, that's exactly what we're seeing.
And we'll see if that continues. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Here we go. Grand 38.
And now whistles and a flag. And I think we got a jump here.
Encroachment of defense.
And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped. But I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
Come on, let's go. Grand 38.
They'll look to throw. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Miami after this. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Larry Ridley will have the highlights and analysis of this first half from our studios in Orlando.
And I have a fairly solid idea about which team will be featured prominently in those highlights.
Might be a little biased.
Come on, let's go. White 90.
They'll set up to throw. Open man is Holmes. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
White 90.
Back to throw now on first down. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
Here I go. Brand 38.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
So the offense takes the timeout, and they are back out and ready to rock.
Come on, let's go. White 90. White 90.
Back to throw here. And he will find his man on the outside. 12 yards there as they move the chains. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
He'll drop to throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Now back to throw. And that one finds the ground, breaking a string of 5 straight completions. And it brings up 2nd down. No, 3rd down.
Not too many missteps in the red zone thus far. He was going for his 5th touchdown pass. His man couldn't shake free there, but boy, you know he's going to take another shot before this one's over.
Yeah, exactly, because you know 3 is good, 4 is excellent. You get 5. That's a whale of a game. He'll look to throw. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bears continue to pour it on.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. And the route is on here in this first half. A 10-play drive that time. And it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he's got his man on the out route. And he goes out of bounds across the 40-yard line. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to go for a big play down. That's caught at the 25. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Now that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17, following the 2 negative plays. They'll drop to throw. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
Let's go! Brand 38! Brand 38!
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. So we reach halftime with the visiting Bears out on top here. As we check in with Larry Ridley in Orlando. He's standing by with our EA Sports halftime report. Larry?
All right, Brandon, back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, let's get you caught up on all the highlights from the first half. The Dolphins have been worked over in the first half and trail big right now. The Bears have done a good job taking control of this game, and the scoreboard shows as much. All right, let's get straight to it. Here's some highlights from the first half. Bears with their opening drive. He'll cut it off the left side this time. He'll end up running for over 20 yards on the play. Continuing on the drive, here he'll look into the end zone, and he caps off the 6-play drive with the score as they take a 7-0 lead. Now to the middle of the first. Gilmore is wide open here on the catch, and this play will go for 6. That puts them on top by 14. Dolphins have it midway through the first. We're going to get a fumble here. Bears recover the ball and return it for a touchdown. The lead grows to 21. End of the first quarter. The ball's going to come out on the run. Now after the fumble, Holmes is wide open, able to make the grab. And that goes as a 66-yard touchdown. The Bears way out in front. Down to early in the second quarter. The pass is completed into tight coverage, and it leads to a touchdown. The blowout continues. Now to late in the first half, the quick pass and completion is made, and he capped off the long drive with the TD. As the lead continues to mount.
All right, Larry, indeed a one-sided affair to this point as we get set for half 2. Fairly short kick, taking it to 14 here. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, second down.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
Second down following the incompletion.
Watch tight. Tight is right. Watch tight. Tight is right. Let's go. 3-19.
Looking to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Lopez. And he is hit pretty hard from the side as he's knocked down. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
The Dolphins on third down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 5. They'll look to throw here. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. Yards on the return that time, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. The Dolphins get there this time and they bring him down.
Well, we knew this guy wasn't especially fleet of foot. but he tried to conjure up some escapability, but there was no way he was getting away on that one.
The Bears on third down. They've been excellent, 6 for 7. This will be third and forever. And we've got movement. I think this is against the Bears here. Let's find out.
False start, offense.
Not a great start to this drive. You had the sack, now the false start.
I mean, it doesn't take much to either read lips or just imagine what the head coach is saying right now. Get your head in the game, guys. Let's go.
Let's go!
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. Give him 9 on the play, and that'll bring up fourth down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
So they complete the pass, and now they face a 2nd down. Back to throw. Room here to run. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. That one goes for 36 yards. And now a first down following that long gain. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
He'll look to throw. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one. And that's another stop for the defense, something we've seen all game long. They have been on fire today. No matter what's called by the offense, they've had an answer for it.
Well, I guess we're at the stage here where they wouldn't say no to any points, but I don't think field goals are what they're looking for here in the second half.
I don't either, Brandon. When you're down as much as they are, that's the sign of a head coach waving the white flag to me.
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Onto the field now come the Bears. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. He's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 30 yards there.
Now, that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
The Bears on third down. They've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. This is going to be 3rd and 13. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Chicago. And this will be taken at the 13. So possession goes over here on the punt. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one, sir.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
toe
that.
Bashed it.
Super toe.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march up another 15 against your squad.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Call it a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
And a loose football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Throws a quick hitter on the slant. That's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin 1st down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield. for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
And the next snap coming inside the red zone here.
Let's go! V19!
They go play action here on first down. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. And on 2nd and 10 now.
Here we go! Green 39! Green 39!
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And he slides to avoid the hit. It'll be a pickup of just 2. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. The Dolphins on 3rd down. Just 1 conversion in 8 tries. Not good. This is 3rd and 8.
3 down, 3 down. All right, here we go. Green 39! Green!
And he's got it. Got his man on the in route. Complete. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
From the 2-yard line now, it's 1st and goal. They'll give it to him right up the gut. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. So stuffed from the 2, now what?
You know me pretty well. What do you think I want here?
Play action?
Definitely. Let him get outside and create. And if he has to run it, he has a little bit more space.
Let's go! Blue 90! Blue 90!
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Miami, and this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory. Another stop on 3rd down, and this defense still hasn't allowed a touchdown to this point.
And this one is right through. And the Dolphins are going to be forced to settle for 3. Well, in the grand scheme of things, it's likely not going to matter much, but at least they get themselves 3 points closer to respectability.
And I don't know that they're going to feel a whole lot better about things because they've clearly been outplayed all game long. But, hey, no reason not to take the points when the opportunity presents itself.
And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
But Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a third and about 5.
Well, you know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Chicago. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. And the Dolphins getting set to go here. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. Second down here after the incomplete pass.
Let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Lopez. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
And he's brought down, but following a pretty juke move that gives him the first down. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Let's go. Green.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. That catch good for 5. It's third down. Great change up there on the route and got that inside release, made it a successful pitch and catch.
Well, the first thing you want to do is have him thinking that you're going outside, make a move in that direction. Then you really don't run the route against the whole body of the defender. You run against a half of him, and the inside half, and he took it right across his face, got inside, and won that route in a big way.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And they pick up 25 as they convert on third. What a throw right there for the first down. He has taken some real punishment in this game, but still standing in the pocket completing that one.
He's a flat-out warrior. There's no question about that. How about him stepping up into the teeth of the rush and delivering there for that big strike and that big pickup?
So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. They'll set up a throw. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Give him 3 on the play, and it'll be a second down. So the offense now dealing with a 2nd and 7.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down. And now the offense operates in the red zone.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight right. Tight right. Hurry up. Here we go. 3-19.
A handoff as they run the counter play. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
And as we've seen throughout this season, it's no picnic trying to score touchdowns against this unit. They're ranked number 1 against the run. But it's also difficult because it's not easy to throw the ball against them either.
And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on.
Set. Blue 90. Blue 90.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 3rd and 1. They'll look to make it 3 for 3 on 3rd down conversions. They need a yard here.
Back to the Philly. Here we go.
A handoff as they run the counter play. No dice this go around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
So now the field goal unit trots out there for the 3rd time tonight. This just a 24-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And the Dolphins are going to be forced to settle for 3. So they get 3. They were hoping for 6. An unlucky number 13 play drive.
Well, you go to the sideline after putting 3 points on the board, happy, but you wanted to be ecstatic. You wanted to have 6 on the board. On the opposite sideline, though, the defense, I think they're high-fiving each other, only giving up 3 after letting them run that much offense.
And the Bears hands team able to pounce on it and get the football. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Now a handoff looking right. And touch sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all three still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. The Bears on third down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Now we've got a field goal coming up here for Chicago. And quite a bit of pizza in this box. It's a 53-yard attempt. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the 4th.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
10 yards still left on 2nd down. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49. That one goes for 24 yards. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
Yeah, it's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept the pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes. Get out of there.
And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
4th quarter with a lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get 4 downs on 1st down. They did that plus 3.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Bears, they're not going to go quietly here as the win moves them now to 8-6 on the year.